It occurred to me while I was meditating and after I had made the previous video that when I had said that you can have union within yourself, that might not seem like something that's very obvious. It definitely wasn't obvious to me. When I say that you can find that union in another person, that's typically what you're searching for when you are looking for a relationship, is you want a union with another person. But you can give that to yourself. And you might be like, how are you going to do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, the whole essence of union is to bring together two things. Well, the two things you bring together within yourself are the things you like and the things you don't like. This very quickly becomes an example of acceptance within yourself, but here's an example for me. When I first started meditating, right? Like whatever your connotation of meditating is, typically I think it would probably include being at peace. Like, you sit there and maybe you've got your hands like this and like you're sitting on your knees, or like maybe you sit real straight, or however you might feel the perfect image of meditation would be. I was not the perfect image of meditation when I started, and neither are you if you're going to start, or most people when they start. Because we all have this image in our head of like what we would prefer to be. Like, okay, well, I'm going to meditate so I can have a more clear headspace. But I was not that way. Like, that's what I wanted. That's what I really, really wanted. That's what I desired. And when I started to meditate, I would always have all these thoughts that were just running through my head, like, the whole time. I'm like, all right, Mo, it's time to like feel at peace. And surprise, surprise, it wasn't so easy. I had all the desires that were running my life, like, I want this, I want that, rather than realizing I have all these needs, all of my needs actually fulfilled. Or I'm recounting, like, memories are coming up when I'm trying to meditate, and none of it, all of those things are not the image I had in my mind of being at peace. But in terms of union, eventually I just started to accept that was what meditation was for me. It was all of these thoughts coming up, right? And like, maybe it would change eventually, but I didn't really think that would happen. I thought eventually I would just quit trying to meditate because I didn't seem very effective at it. So instead of being upset that I wasn't meditating in the way I wanted, that this less preferred part of me was showing up every single day when I tried to meditate, and it would interrupt what I preferred, which was this idea of peace, right? Instead of being mad at it, I actually just accepted it. And like, it wasn't because I was like some guru who was like, knew that if I just accepted it, it would make me able to meditate better. It was just that I was like, okay, well, it is what it is, and like, I can't seem to do anything about it, so it is what it is. That's acceptance. That's acceptance. And that acceptance actually turned into an excitement whenever I started to meditate, because when I accepted that these thoughts are here because I can't do anything about them, then I started to be like, well, why are they here? I started to ask myself some questions, and then started to learn a lot about myself, because I was like, well, why am I worried about this? I started to realize I was like looking at the world in this way that was very, very skewed from what was actually happening to me. All these experiences that I was having that felt negative in my day-to-day were really just neutral events. There was neutral props for me to react to how I wanted to, and I had this narrative going in my head that everything was something worth being scared of, something worth being nervous about. But this all started with me being frustrated that I had these thoughts that were showing up anyway. But as soon as I accepted them, they taught me. And maybe teach is the wrong word. Maybe it's actually just reveals to you. It's not, because revealing something is not positive or negative, unless you like really value finding more of who you are, which is something I really value, so I give it a positive connotation. But every single time I'd meditate, instead of being frustrated about how I'm not reaching a peaceful state, I was accepting of, okay, this is how it is. And then I started to get excited about learning more about myself and realizing, oh, well, I'm thinking in a way that I don't even prefer. I'm the guy who gets to choose how I think, but I'm choosing to think in a way that I don't even prefer. Why? Because it was comfortable. Because that's what I knew how to do. And like it was like built into my subconscious programming. Like I was like, I had done it so many days for so many years in a row that like that's just where my mind went. It was very easy to just ruminate as my default sort of state of being. And I started to realize like, oh, well, this is revealing to me because I feel negative and I feel like it's draining my energy. It's revealing to me that I don't really want to be like this. And I'm not frustrated that that's been revealed to me. It's given me clarity. It's allowed me to realize what I do prefer and what I don't prefer. But until I accepted those thoughts coming up, that less preferred side of me, I couldn't ever have reached where I am now, where I can meditate very easily. I can drop into that, like sometimes like if I eat with my family, sometimes we typically pray, and like I'll close my eyes to pray and I'm like, boom, almost like instantly I'm into the meditative state. And it's like, whoa, that's not something I ever expected. That's not something I thought I would ever reach. And it's something I love, and it doesn't happen every time. That's okay. I accept it when it shows up, and when it doesn't want to show up, that's because I got something else that's being revealed to me. Something that's taking up my mental energy, if you will. But anyway, so I had to accept this non-preferred part of myself so that I could, I don't know, have what I do prefer be revealed to me. So there's your union. It's the preferred, the non-preferred and the preferred coming together, and you saying, I accept you both. Of course, it's so much easier to accept the things you prefer, but I mean, those non-preferred parts of you, they are a part of you. And like the longer you say like, no, that's not me. I'm not those things I don't like. They're just crossing my mind randomly. Or I'm a victim of my thinking and I can't do anything about it. No, that is you. That's your thought process, is making you think about these things. And if you like it, great. If you don't like it, well then maybe it's revealing something to you that you should pay attention to. You know, if you give this non-preferred negative side of yourself an acceptance, you take it in, right? Like you actually accept that it is part of you, rather than just being like, okay, well, that's not me, or that's the world and it's not me. If you actually accept it, you realize all it's trying to do is protect you. All it's trying to do is reveal to you possible problems or reveal to you more about yourself. And like, that's pretty admirable. If somebody else was doing that to you, they're helping you realize your problems, or they're helping you accept more of yourself, they'd be a great friend. So you have to understand that just because it's within you and you have this negative narrative, that's the reason it's so easy to be like, I don't want this. This isn't me. But it is you. So accept that part of you. And then you reach communion with yourself. That's what real like actualization and like individuation and like real acceptance is, saying, well, I have parts of me that I really prefer and I have parts of me that I don't prefer. And in my life, I'll start to streamline what I think about and like what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy. The things you don't enjoy will kind of fall away. The things you do enjoy will take main stage. Just like, I don't know, be open to it. You have to accept all parts of yourself so you can reach this communion, this self-love. And if you can't do it for yourself, which you you can do it for yourself. Once you do it for yourself, you can do it for other people so much easier. Like I work a job where customers call in and they complain about the smallest things. And I don't feel upset by them. I don't feel malicious towards them when they come up with a complaint that I'm like, I can't imagine how this would be our fault. But you know, because I have this communion within myself, this union of, I have parts of me that I like and I have parts of me that I don't prefer so much, but they're still a part of me. I can recognize that in other people. It's pretty much along the lines of, you can only love someone else as much as you love yourself. And like that's not to shame you for not loving yourself enough, but if you feel that you love others more than yourself, you have a lot of work to do. You can look at yourself and just accept it how it is and realize you have an extreme level of depth. That level of depth that you dislike or like about yourself is the same level of depth that you can recognize in other people. So when a customer calls in and they complain about something that I can't fathom how it's my fault, I just accept it. I'm like, okay, well, this person's got something that they don't prefer, and they're paying attention to what they don't prefer, and that's pretty reasonable. I mean, like I described with the good friend example earlier. They're they're working through their stuff. So anyway, before I get too sidetracked and kind of lose my mind, I'm just gonna say that you can become unified within yourself, and that is I would argue one of the most important. I mean, every part of the self acceptance or self-love journey is extremely important. But I want you to find that union within yourself, because it's so easy to look to the world and say, well, I need this thing in the world, whether that's money or whether that's a partner or whatever it is, but it's from the world. You say, well, that part of me, if I have that, it'll make me more of who I am. Do you realize how that's it's counterintuitive? You are who you are right now, by yourself, in your mind, how you perceive things. It's got nothing to do with the world outside you. If you say it's the world outside you, you're giving your power away to whatever that is. So accept yourself for who you are. Find that unity within yourself, and your life will change. Okay? All right. I love you. If you have any questions or any sentiments you want me to discuss, leave it down below. And, yeah, I guess I'll just say it again. I love you. Take care.